and smudge this. This is my review slash, I guess, things I like of the Svartpilen 701. I already did a video on the things I disliked, so I'll just talk about mainly things I like. Yeah, something I dislike is that I dropped this. I mean, in the grass, but it's kind of messed my mirror up. But something I absolutely love about this bike, the way this bike looks. This bike has style. It's a different style. It's not for everybody. Some people don't like it, but I think it's pretty sharp. It's pretty, it has a very futuristic retro flat tracker look to it, I guess, if that makes any sense. It has this bike is extremely dirty, so I just rode through a lot of bugs and stuff. But the headlight looks awesome. It just looks fantastic overall. Some people don't like the gold stuff down here, which it probably would look better if they went black with that stuff there on the clutch cover and whatnot. I believe that's clutch cover, yeah. But it still looks good like this. But I think this bike, except for the fact that somehow, I don't know how, I've scratched this exhaust pipe up. This bike has one of the coolest looking, at least stock anyways, has one of the coolest looking mufflers that actually matches the style of the bike. I actually like what the name Svartpilen sounds kind of dumb, but I don't know the translation, what language that is in, but I know it means black arrow, and now that's pretty cool, because this thing does look like a black arrow. So yeah, definitely number one thing I like about this bike, the style, the way it looks. There's a very aggressive, sporty presence about it. Even when it's sitting still, it looks like it's going forward. It looks really good. The second thing I like about this bike, number two, it's got to be the motor, which I'll take it for a test right here. That motor, even though it's a single cylinder, it is something else. I can't believe that it pulls as hard as it does. Once you get above 5,000 RPM, maybe up around 6 or so, this bike, it's like a mini rocket. This thing goes. And I mean, I think it's only got 75 horsepower, but it only weighs 380 pounds. It feels like more than 75 horsepower. It's a little rocket ship. And you could get yourself in serious trouble with this bike, and it'll keep up with bikes with way more power. So I like the styling, and I like the motor for sure. The motor's definitely unique. It has a great sound especially when you're going. I mean, that's stock. The stock exhaust is actually pretty satisfying on this bike. Number three thing I like about this bike easily is going to be the handling of this bike. This bike can handle. Let me tell you, it is so easy to tip in once you get used to this bike and get to where you trust it and get used. Actually, these stock tires, they're knobbies, but they do a really good job. I'm actually really surprised with them. This bike is really easy to tip in. I mean, easy. Oh yeah. person up up here jogging. Probably they were at the airport. They're probably thinking I'm following them and stalking them, so I'm probably freaking them out. Should have honked and made her jump. Yeah, that would have been rude. Yeah, but the agility, I mean, which I know you know, this bike is, I mean, it's easy. Yeah, it'll go no problem. So yeah, the performance, the styling, and the motor, they work hand in hand. And I mean, I'm sure this bike could be better with a more direct street tire. The shift. Well, there you go. There's a prime example of sometimes the Quickshifter not doing what it's told. Which I'm also not wearing the right shoes for this review. I'm wearing some big boots, but not bike boots, but work boots. Which that's actually something I'm going to say that I like is I like the Quickshifter when it works. When it works on this bike, the Quickshifter is really fun. Let's go this way. And another thing I like about this bike, that sound. I mean, ooh, yeah, when that Quickshifter works, it pops off, man. You can just hear it popping just through the gears, and it's really cool. But that also goes into the exhaust on this bike, which sounds, I mean, I don't know, probably number 5 on things I like. This is more a review than of this bike than I guess things I like about this bike thing, video. But yeah, the motor on this bike, extremely fun, good character, a very unique motor, just in the fact that it's a single and it does what it does. And then the handling, yeah, the handling on this bike, something else. I don't think I know of a better hooligan bike out there than this. I really don't. I mean, maybe KTM 8.9, which I haven't rode it, so I know it's way more powerful. But this thing right here has plenty of power. I'd say the 890's probably a little too much for the street, to be honest. Back up, buddy. Sketchy area here a little bit. I don't like getting close over there. Yeah, but the looks, this bike rides as good as it looks. So it's got character and style, and it's got performance. Absolutely, hooligan bike, probably the best hooligan bike out there. I'm not a hooligan myself, really, but I like to ride spiritedly, I guess, at times. Sometimes, most of the time I like to cruise, but then every once in a while I like to go spiritedly. But actually, that goes into another point. I think this bike is actually, it has a hard seat, but it's not uncomfortable. Like, I've rode this bike for a couple hours, you know, at a time, and it has not, I didn't ever really get to where I was uncomfortable. And I mean, if I was, I mean, I shift my position and can do things. This is a good bike for tall people. Like, if you're over 6'1" or higher, this is, not that you have to be that tall to ride it, but this bike will fit you well. Your legs are not going to feel crunched up. They're kind of directly under you, seems like. Yeah. I mean, my legs are bent, but they're not bent in an uncomfortable position at all. So really comfortable. You could take this, if it wasn't for the small fuel tank, you could ride on this for some extended periods of time without having to worry too much about comfort. The clutch lever feels good. The brake works really good. It's kind of linear, but then all of a sudden it grabs really hard at the very end, kind of, which, I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense, but it's not linear at the end. You'll be like kind of slowing down a little quicker, but then all of a sudden it's like boom, like it'll, I mean, I've not stoppied on it, but you probably could. This bike's so light, you would have to be able to. So overall, I mean, this is a fantastic bike. I highly recommend it to anybody that's not a beginner, unless you're a responsible beginner and you know how to take your time, you know, and easy on the throttle, and you just got some good technical skills, period, you know, to begin. Yeah, so that's it. That's everything I like about this bike. That's basically my review of it. It's a great, fantastic bike. I bought it, so you know it has to be. If you can, and a lot of times you can go get this bike at a pretty good price at a dealer. You know, I would not pay MSRP for this bike, obviously. Not the 13 grand when this bike first came out. But I know they changed the price to $9,500. The 2020s came out. I wouldn't even pay that for it. You can probably get a deal on this bike. Not that it's not worth $9,500, but you can probably get this, I would imagine, easily in the 8s, you know, between 8 and 9, and you might even be able to steal them down in the 7s. And, you know, I don't want to say, my dealer really helped me out. I got it lower than that. So it's a really good bike, and if you can get one for a good price, definitely worth it to add to your garage, your collection. Good bike to just rip around, have fun on. I mean, you can tour on it, or I'm not gonna say tour, but you can. I guess technically you can do it on any bike, but probably not ideal, but you can do it, and it wouldn't be uncomfortable. You don't have any luggage room though. You'd have to have like a backpack probably, or I guess you could put a little thing on the back, but make it look awkward. I've done it. So. But anyways, that's my review, things I like about the Svartpilen 701. Yeah, like, subscribe. I'm going to do some comparison videos with this and some other bikes in the future. And a lot of other things. Got a lot of other stuff coming. So, yeah, like, subscribe. I'm a biker believer, and that's everything. That's all I got. Peace.